When we were making the album, I knew that it would have to. I knew that when it came to live, we'd have to present it in a way that was, different to a normal band's presentation, and I knew that it would have to be somewhat theatrical, and I could see that it was going to be a big job, but I didn't really want to think about it when we were doing the album. I just thought about the album really, and obviously the album's got a narrative to it, and many times, when we were recording in the studio, we felt in many ways like we were acting, especially the myself and Maddie stuff. We approached it that way. We rehearsed it so much, and we got into the part, and then we did it, and it worked. Then when it came to doing shows, I didn't know what to do really. I didn't know how. I hadn't really got a clear idea in my mind. I thought, I can remember going to see Roxy Music, who were a massive influence, and a band I loved in '75, and we did quite a lot of the album that was new at the time. The problem was that had only just come out that day, been released that day, been some hold up or whatever. So I didn't really know the songs. I remember thinking, yeah, but I'd like to hear some other ones. So I thought we'll probably do, 4, 5, 6 songs off the new album, and then, most of the old ones. But my manager at the time, when we talked about shows, my manager at the time, Tim Vigan, who managed us for years and right through the album, and was a great friend to us, he said to me, "Why don't you play the whole of the album on the show?" I went, "What?" He said, "Why don't you play the whole of the new album?" I said, "No, I don't think people want to hear that." He said, "Look, you haven't made an album in 26 years. You're not playing massive venues. The people that are coming to these shows, they're going to want to hear what you're doing now." So he put it to me in such a way that I had to agree with him that, okay, I think that could work. So once we decided on that, then I knew we've got to, present it in that way. And then we started work, and we did 8 weeks rehearsal. And Madeline Highland was a massive help in that, because coming from as well as a singer, she's an actress, trained actress. And she was really, really great, because obviously she wasn't singing all the time, and when she wasn't singing, she was kind of giving us ideas, saying, okay, that works and that doesn't work. And I began, "Maddie, do you think this will work?" And so it developed. It took on a life of its own. And I guess we even developed things from the album with it in the show. We just started to change things. I think that's so important. I think everything evolves. I think once you're just trying to replicate or recreate something, I think it just dies really. So it's really important to just keep moving it and evolving it and developing it, not just for the sake of it, not because you're bored, not think, "Oh, I'm bored of playing the song in this rhythm, let's change that rhythm." That's no good. That's lousy. I hate that. But doing it in such a way that takes it on. Like we just put the first 3 songs on the album together. Now, Lost and Me, it just made sense to link them, because it is like the first sort of act in a way.